What's up guys, Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here, and welcome to my guide to the best cheap high potential centre backs in FIFA 17. Today I'm just going to show you my top 4 players, but for the full guide to every cheap high potential centre back in the game, head over to FIFAscoutingtips.com. They all have a minimum potential of 80 and a maximum overall of 75, which just helps keep things cheap. Now there are over 80 players in the article, so there's plenty to choose from there. So let's now have a look at my recommendations. First up we have Rhys Oxford. He starts at 66 overall and has 86 potential and is 17 years old and plays for West Ham. Now West Ham want just £1.7 million for him, and you can buy him for £1.2 million, and for that potential that is incredibly cheap. His wages are £9,400, he's right footed with a 3-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves. Now this guy is my first pick because it's so rare to get a player with 86 potential for just £1 to £2 million. While he's not the strongest at the start, he is tall and has excellent pace for a centre back, so he can deal with threats that way. And his physicals will develop nicely as he grows, and his potential will make him one of the best defenders in the game. So if you want a high potential player without breaking the bank, he is a great option. Next we have Issa Diop. He starts at 74 overall and has 85 potential. He's 19 years old and plays for Toulouse FC. Now Toulouse wants £6.5 million for him, and you can get him for around about £5.9 million. His wages are £11,500, he's right footed with a 3-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves, and he also has the strength speciality. Now I covered Issa Diop in a cheap beast article back in August, and since then in FIFA 17 he's become even more beastly. He's only 19 but already has 86 strength and 85 jumping, and his heading will make him a danger from corners. His defensive stats are excellent too. 73 marking, 75 stand tackle and 78 slide tackle will make him very hard to beat. He is a defensive tank, and with 85 potential will grow to be even better. My next choice is Ivan Ordets. He starts at 75 overall and has 81 potential. He's 23 years old and plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. Now Shakhtar wants £6.5 million for him, and like Diop, you can get him for around about £5.9 million. His wages are £18,000, he's right footed with a 3-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves, and he also has the strength speciality. Now it's not often that you manage to find a centre back who is both strong and fast, but that's exactly what you get with this guy. He is big and strong, he stands at 6'4" and with 88 strength as well, but he's got 78 sprint speed. That means he's more able to deal with threats than a slower centre back would be able to, and those stats get even better as he grows, as you'll see soon. He's technically very good too, he'll score plenty of headers, and his tackling stats are very strong. He's a great all-round option who excels physically and technically. And finally we have Axel. He starts at 67 overall and has 81 potential. He's 18 years old and plays for Manchester United. United want £850,000 for him, which is really cheap, and you can get that down to around about £700,000. His wages are £21,000, he's right footed with a 2-star weak foot and 2-star skill moves. So it's really hard to choose between this guy and Oxford, and in the end I actually went for both. That's because while Oxford has higher potential, Tuanzebe has better starting stats and is cheaper. Like Oxford, he's fast, but he's also got decent strength as well, and his defensive stats are all equally good, and he's decent in the air too thanks to his 77 jumping. If you want a fantastic all-rounder but can't afford to buy Ordets, Tuanzebe is a great alternative. I'm now going to show you how my recommendations did after 3 years of growth. Didn't do any player training, it was just the base growth, so remember that if you train these players they can do even better. So here is Rhys Oxford after 3 years of growth. He's up to 74 overall at 20 years old. Just look at his sprint speed, it's up to 85 now, that's fantastic for a centre back. He's not that strong still, his strength is growing, it's at 72, but his pace more than makes up for that I think. His jumping is at 76 as well, and his heading is at 79, so he's going to be very very good in the air as well. His technical stats are pretty good. 82 slide tackle is very impressive, along with 76 stand tackle and 74 marking. He's going to be pretty difficult to beat in defence, and with 75 short passing he can start attacks from the back as well. He's a very good player to have, considering his 86 potential, and he only costs around £1.2 million, so he has plenty of years of growth left in him. Here is Issa Diop after 3 years of growth, and he's up to 80 overall at 22 years old. That's a very good overall for his age. He's got 90 strength and 93 jumping, so he's just going to be dominant against other strikers, and with 77 sprint speed he's very good at getting back. If he sort of misses out and he's against his fast striker, he can catch up with them very easily. He's got 82 heading, so he'll score plenty of goals from crosses and from corners, and 86 slide tackle is fantastic to have. 78 stand tackle and 77 marking, very good as well. And he's got 85 potential, but because he's still very young, I reckon he can easily exceed that and maybe even get into the late 80s or perhaps 90 if you're lucky with a bit of training. But he's a fantastic player to have for both his physical and his technical stats. So here's Ivan Ordets after 3 years of growth. He's up to 80 overall at 26 years old, and that pace and strength combination I was talking about before is just really amazing now. 90 strength and 86 sprint speed. That's fantastic for a centre back. He's going to be so hard to beat. Whether he comes up against a strong attacker or a fast one, he's got a fantastic chance of beating them to the ball. Really good player. He's got 81 interceptions as well, so he can read the game very well, and with 82 stand tackle, 81 marking and 76 slide tackle, his technical stats are excellent as well. He's got a powerful shot as well, so if he ends up around the edge of the box, don't be afraid to have a shot with him. But the main thing, like I said, is that pace and power. It's going to be so hard to beat him. And finally we have Axel after 3 years of growth, up to 74 at 21 years old. Now if you thought Ordets was fast, just look at Twanzebe. He's got 90 sprint speed. That is amazing. He's not quite as strong as Ordets, but his 79 strength is very good. Considering he's only 21, he's got plenty of years of growth left in him, and with 84 jumping and 75 heading, he's going to be very dangerous in the air and from set pieces. And he's got 75 stand tackle, 72 slide tackle and 76 marking, so his technical stats are coming along nicely too. And like Oxford, he's very good at passing. 77 short passing is very useful to have for a centre back. Shouldn't be leading to any mistakes at the back, which is very good to have. So like I said earlier, he's a bit like Ordets. He's fast and he's strong, and if you can't afford Ordets, Twanzebe is an excellent alternative. So that's it for my look at the best cheap high potential centre backs in FIFA 17. Remember, this is after 3 years of growth with no training, so if you do train these players, you can get them to be even better, I expect, even higher growth. Make sure you head over to FIFAscoutingtips.com for the full article. That'll have every cheap high potential centre back in the game, basically with a maximum overall of 75 and a minimum potential of 80. The maximum overall cap is just there to keep the prices down, so they're nice and cheap for your career mode. So if you've got anything else that you want me to do on this channel or on my website related to FIFA 17, just leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I do always read your comments and try and improve what I do. So make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. And his physical stats are now looking awesome. 82 acceleration, 76 sprint speed and 83 strength will be amazing in those central midfield battles, and he's also got 82 stamina now, so he can run all game long.